Have you ever wondered if you could buy real estate in another state without ever hopping on a plane or just traveling at all? Well, you very much can, and this video will be all about my advice, resources, and tips on how to do that and what you will need in order to do so. So if you like content like this that helps buyers and sellers all over make the smartest decisions for themselves, their families, and their futures, be sure to subscribe because that is what this channel is all about. I know buying in another state might sound intimidating, but it doesn't have to be at all. And that's why I will be breaking down exactly how to do it with confidence, the steps to take to save you time, stress, and of course, money. And the best part is you don't have to do it alone. I know a lot of people think they can or they should, but come on, if you're not even living in the state you're purchasing in or don't do it often, you need a partner. So call me and I will actually partner you with a specific agent in your preferred state that will help you walk through the entire process. You will not regret it. However, I do have a video on my channel about how to buy real estate without an agent. And it is very specific to here in Oklahoma, but it could help you with any kinds of tips or knowledge to do that in another state. Like I said, I don't recommend it, but if you insist, reference that video. Because the truth is, real estate is local. Every state has its own rules, laws, contracts, and just quirks all around. What flies in Oklahoma may not fly in Texas or Florida. That's why I recommend having a boots on the ground, knowledgeable agent who knows the market, the trends, the neighborhoods, and can see and spot potential red flags that you may not from a distance. Okay, so now that you have found your agent partner that you're going to be working with, your next step is financing. So if you're going to be buying from out of state, make sure your lender can actually do business in whatever state you're looking into. Not all lenders can operate in all 50 states, and that is not something you want to find out after you are under contract and the deal busts. And honestly, your best bet is to probably ask around. Ask that agent you're working with who they recommend, who they know has good rapport, great communication, great knowledge of local taxes and insurance. Like, all of those things matter. And although some lenders can do business in all 50 states, it is really best to choose one that is local. And just because your agent has recommended 1, 2, or 3 lenders doesn't mean you're obligated to go with them. It's just better options and resources that you can look into to make the best decision for yourself. Okay, so now that you have acquired your agent and your financing, let's talk about actually seeing the properties. Chances are you're not going to be flying in and out of town just to view homes. That's why your agent has things like virtual video tours. They can easily FaceTime you through a walkthrough and send very detailed pictures and videos of even just specific areas of the house to give you a better feel of the condition, the size, and just the overall feel of the home. Also, and this is important, do not skip inspections. Always get a professional inspection, even if you're not there in person, even if you are there. That's just a general rule for purchasing homes, unless you are just a crazy, savage investor who has all the money in the world to cover any hidden surprises that come up later on. But your agent can coordinate all of those things for you, and they can have your inspector go over the results with you on the phone. I know sometimes when you get a long, detailed home inspection report, it can feel overwhelming. But whenever you have an inspector who's willing to go over maybe the major findings, more detailed, along with your agent to help better understand, what's common in that state, what's, not common, what's a big issue, all of those things. Just take that into account. Do not skip your inspection. Here is as an example. I had a client that reached out to me. They lived in Texas. And before they had reached out, they had decided they wanted to buy an investment property here in Oklahoma, and they essentially wanted to try to do it on their own. So they were, Zillowing all the searches and YouTubing neighborhood tours and Googling all the things until they realized that maybe it wasn't going to be as smooth and easy and simple as they thought it would be. So that's when they had reached out and we got connected. And so within the first 2 weeks, I think it was, I had went and shown virtual tours of a couple of the homes that he was previously already interested in, and was so surprised when he found out that, 2 of them were in flood zones. One of them had really high insurance rates because it's in a very prominent area that is known to get a lot of bad weather and tornadoes and all the great stuff that Oklahoma has to offer. And they were astounded by what they could have gotten themselves into. And on top of that, he learned that the rental rates he was originally looking at online were much lower than expected. And as an investor who was buying a rental property specifically, it's all about the numbers. Even the HOA in those neighborhoods he was looking in, he had never even factored in those numbers because, they don't really just present HOA facts and all of that stuff like front and center on a listing. So it is something that you kind of just want to do a little bit more research in. Looking into neighborhoods that don't even allow rental homes or only allow a specific percentage of the neighborhood to be occupied as a rental property. And so if he would have bought in one of those properties, it probably would have turned out to be a financial headache. So of course, we kept looking, we found the perfect rental for him, and all the numbers made sense and saved him a lot of trouble for the future. So yeah, buying in another state does sound overwhelming, but it doesn't have to be. If you have the right agent and lender and plan, it's absolutely doable. I've helped many people with this exact process, and it essentially all comes down to one thing, and it's having experts in your corner. So if you are even thinking about buying in a different area than where you are at some point in the future, don't waste time stressing and guessing. Call me and I will connect you with top expert agents in your area that you can interview and decide to move forward with confidence. And trust me, no matter what your reason of buying, whether it's to relocate for a job, your first time, you're moving for family, or you want to buy an investment property, I will make sure you are in good hands. Okay, there you have it. Buying out of state does not need to be complicated. You just need the right partner. So I really hope this video was helpful to you. And don't forget to like and comment any of your thoughts or opinions or questions. Reach out directly, or I'll just see you in the next one.